Lads, I have gone and got myself a new obsession. And this is an obsession I never thought I would have. It's in a sport that I've never really followed, but I am hooked hard. This game has definitely sunk its teeth into me. And the game I'm talking about, of course, is PGA Tour 2K25. One of the newest golf games released on the market. And you know what? It's bloody good. And coming from a perspective of someone who's an absolute pure noob who has never played a PGA game before, the learning curve has been extremely high, but also the payoff feels very high as well. This game is fantastic. So today, in this video, if there's some more of you out there that have not played this, or you're someone who is on the edge of potentially picking up this game, I'm going to be talking about my experience so far with 2K25 and maybe giving you guys some opinions on whether you should go out and get it, or just let me know down below how you're finding the game, how you're enjoying it, and your thoughts and opinions on it. Now, when you first load up this game, the initial thing that you're going to have to do is create your pro. I have created Mr. Harry Potter, and he's going to just become a legend of the PGA Tour. Now, with Harry Potter, I have just started embarking on my journey. I'm like halfway through my career, but we'll talk about my career later. The most important thing is you create your player, and you're going to come up with an archetype when you create your player. This is how you're going to kick off the entirety of the game. You're going to be focused actually a lot around my player, which is something I've never been that keen on. But of course, with golf, it's the kind of sport where, you know, you're going to be focused on your player because it is a solo sport. There is just you out there on the course. So there's no kind of ultimate teamy, my team jazz with this. There's some monetary stuff that we will talk about. But all in all, this is the essential, and it is creating your player. Now, one of the most important things, though, when you do create your player, one thing that you probably really want to focus on, and that's your archetype. Obviously, you're going to make your player look as good as you want humanly possible, but this is important. Like, choosing your archetype is going to be very important in the game. Greenskeeper, powerhouse, technician, sculptor, or magician. Now, of course, I made Harry Potter, so I forced myself to be a magician. But if you was asking me what I would actually choose, after playing the game quite a bit, you would think maybe powerhouse so that you can smack the ball as far as possible. But no, it would definitely be technician. I feel like for a beginner, this is going to be the easiest way to start. And trust me, as a beginner, I've had my fair share of rough problems on the game. So this is actually going to help you a lot if you pick technician. But overall, you're just here for a good time. But that is how you're initially going to open up the game on PGA Tour, by creating your player, and then you're going to get into the game, and that's where the learning is going to begin. Now, actually, one of the biggest things that has actually hooked me with the game, and probably one of the things that you guys will, it's going to determine whether you're going to like the game or not, is actually the way the career works. This is how far we are in to my career. We're in week 17. Now, you can watch all of this over on stream. Feel free to do so. But as you'll notice, it's been a rocky ride. I'm rank 107 in the world, but I think for our first year on the tour, rank 107 in the world isn't actually that bad. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to start in Q school, work your way through Q school. I messed up. I finished in the top 5 in Q school because of difficulty settings that I pushed upon myself, and I ended up straight on the tour. But normally, naturally, you would do Q school, Corn Ferry, and you're going to progress quite a bit at that stage. Now, obviously, the main goal in this is obviously get off the Corn Ferry, get yourself on the damn tour, and that's where we are now. But this is what's great about the career mode, is it kind of tries to follow exactly what happens in real life. Now, I'm a big fan of the Ryder Cup. That's the biggest thing that I'm into when it comes to golf. Unfortunately, not in the game, but the entirety of the PGA Tour is in this game. All the majors, all the smaller tournaments, we can go and look at the calendar, I think, and you can go through and see where we placed in these events, whether we qualified for certain events, if we made the cut, if we didn't. As you can see, your boy's career has been pretty difficult so far. I've been cut a couple of times, but I'm absolutely enjoying the game and learning it. But the fact that they have the wealth of the entirety in terms of the PGA calendar is huge. Now, there are other things in this that you're going to do. I don't want to touch into too much detail, but as you can see on the right-hand side above me, you're going to gain fans, you're going to have messages, you're going to have sponsorships that you can do to improve your bag and your skills. You're going to be improving your player as time goes on. Now, for me, it's been a very slow grind. The reason it's been a very slow grind is we can't forget this is a 2K game. you get 27 VC for doing 9 holes. You get 3 VC a hole. That's how it works in this game. So even if you play all 18 holes, you're only getting, I think, 57 or 54. Maths is terrible for me. But that just kind of shows you how long the grind is going to be. Now, there are ways to improve your VC and get them quicker by doing the daily quest, the weekly quest, the career quest, just any of the quests. But in totality, the system for my player is probably one of the bigger issues in the game, if I'm being honest. Because if I go and look at my player progression, as you can see, we're 72 overall. Now, you're going to have skill points that you can put in that give you better shots and different shot types. But here's where the kicker is. I still have 94 skill points available. And I have maxed everything that I can physically max right now. I can't go to bump and run and some of these other shot archetypes until I hit 75. But the grind to get to 75, people, is insane. It's taking me a lot of sessions. Now, here's where I'm at. I don't mind the grind to get to 75 because it feels more realistic and I'm not going to fly through the career as a high-rated player. So that is, in my mind, a positive. The negative being there's too much SP. So I feel like you should balance it out and maybe give us maybe 5 VC per hole, and that would drastically change the speed in which we're going to improve, because I do feel like by the end of this first season on the PGA Tour, I'm probably only going to be like 75 rated, which I don't actually mind. That does kind of create the narrative and the theme of no money spent. But this, in my opinion, is very important for a player career, because you're going to be spending the majority of your time in this player career. You're going to earn new outfits, hats, clubs as time goes on, and I imagine they're going to keep adding more and more to this game. And I have no mindset whatsoever that I'm going to be changing this anytime soon. I'm going to be playing this game, I feel like, for quite a long time, because I'm having a good time. But that is kind of how it works. There's rivals and stuff. I'm still to find more nuances, but this is a way where you can get more VC by beating your rivals. And obviously when you start winning on the tour, which we haven't done yet here in year 1, but when you start winning on the tour, you're probably going to be given more VC for that, but I can't really talk to that statement right now, and I don't want to get into too much depth with the my player stuff, because that could be another video down the line. Now, probably the biggest thing that you're going to have when you come into this game, or the biggest thing that I had that I found so difficult, is actually the learning curve of having to swing and hit the ball. Now, obviously, you're going to have options and settings. I use an Xbox controller. You can choose which analog you want to hit off, but also mouse and keyboard can be used and probably is more consistent. You're going to be really needing to get good with your analog controls if you're going to play this game. Because when you first start out, your swing, it ain't going to look too good. It's going to be very wild. It's going to feel very uncomfortable. And when, you're going to be hitting some wayward shots. It's a guarantee at the start that that's going to happen. But eventually, over time, with lots of practice, you're going to be more consistent with your shot and you're going to get more perfect. So you're going to get them all perfect all the time. No, probably not. I still don't for a majority of the time. But hitting the ball straight is going to be your friend in this one, and learning that is going to be something that you need to do very early on. And I feel like this is where the game really shines. This is where the game has suckered me in and it's hooked me in, and now it has a chokehold over my heart, because the thrill of hitting one of those good shots just in general feels amazing, and it makes you want to hit another shot and another shot and another shot until you hit just good shot after good shot. And I feel like that's the real thing in the game that is super addictive right now, and that is just drawing me in. That and the amazing bucket hat that my guy wears right here. I mean, it's just superb, is the bucket hat, but it's just addictive, and it's really good at being addictive, and it's going to make me continue to play the game. Now, anyone who has the game, I will leave the Discord down below. Come and get involved. Come and get involved on stream. We're going to be playing some ranked 2v2 ranks. We're going to be playing some courses together. We're playing some of the damn game together as a community, and I'd be happy for anyone to get involved. But there is one thing in this game that can be a real killer, and it's the wind right above me. Honestly, boys, do not forget when you're playing this game about the wind. The wind is a problem, and it's going to cause you a lot of issues at the start, and learning how far to move it away from the wind or how much to club up. All of these nuances, Yeah, they took me a hot minute to realize. But I'm a work in progress, and I'm a work in progress that's going to keep on playing the game. And I just wanted to highlight how much fun this is. Does the game have its problems? Yes, it definitely does. And it does feel like the kind of game where you're going to be not forced, but you are leaned into, please spend some money to be good. Now, if you wanted to go online and play ranked when you first get the game, I don't feel like you physically could do with the pro that you're going to have. Are you going to make more VC by being better at the game initially? Yeah, of course you are, but I do imagine, or I could be wildly wrong, this could be a lot of other people's first PGA 2Ks as well, and they're not going to have the nuance of the analog stick down or any of that really at the start, because that was the biggest thing for me to learn. I remember when I first picked up MLB, learning to use the analog stick in that manner was the hardest thing for me, and then timing hitting the ball. I feel like this is going to be a similar case with this, because if you played the kind of games that I've played, you know, your FIFAs and whatnot as a skill stick, you're not used to having to keep this in just a straight line. And it's weird, but being in a straight line with the analog stick has been so difficult for me. But if you want to see me struggle some more, you know what to do. I'm going to be making some more content around the game because I'm really enjoying it right now. And to be honest with you on the channel, we're just going to be talking about stuff that I'm enjoying and letting you guys know about. And then you guys can make informed opinions if you want to play this or not yourself. But yeah, I don't want to go into too much detail. I feel like that's enough. I feel like I've highlighted the real nuance of why I'm addicted to this game right now and why I can't just wait to play it again. In fact, I'm going to go play it right now and try and get to a point where we can win a major. It's going to happen at some point. Thank you very much for the love and support. I appreciate you all. If you picked up the game again, let me know how you're finding it. And I'll see you in the next video on the channel.